Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. We are back in Jake's garage for another video. He was nice enough to have us back. I think he had a good time. Did you have a good time last time?
I had a blast. So awesome. It was a good time to get an excuse to get the cars out.
So last time you saw that Mustang, but today the car that's missing is in the garage is the Audi R8. This should be a fun one. It's just sitting right outside. Here she is. So why do we think, so this is the first generation Audi R8. Why do you think that Tony Stark decided to roll up in an Audi R8 in the first Iron Man movie?
Technology wise, these things were really ahead of their time. It's just a cool looking car. I think it's got a very timeless look.
Definitely. I would argue that this generation Audi R8 probably, I would argue that it looks better than the current generation, in my opinion. It's also nostalgic because of Iron Man.
For sure.
I see it and I'm like, ooh, that's the car that I wanted all growing up. And this is the V10, so this is the top of the line, first generation, 2011, with the gated manual. So this thing's got it all. What kind of modifications do we have on it?
It's what you would call like murdered out. We just took all the badging off, all the emblems off. The only remaining emblems are the one on the back, the Audi symbol and the V10 symbol, and they're blacked out. Blacked out the grille, took off the front license plate because it's a Canadian car. In Canada, they have to have these reflectors still, so they came orange. We made those red to match the brake calipers. And then an exhaust kit came to a straight pipe, and it was just a little too much. My dad likes to drive it to work, and you know he's got one deaf ear, and it was even loud for him, so that says something.
Yeah. And it's a Gallardo engine in there, right?
It is. It's a Lamborghini Gallardo engine, which is cool because you have Italian power with German engineering. So on the racetrack, it was really built to go head to head with the Porsche, the Caymans, the 911s, and the GTS series races. So a lot of amateur racing and semi-pro racing, strictly dominated by Porsche for many years. Then the Audi R8 came out and started whooping their butt a little bit on the track. So it kind of earned its reputation there, and actually an amateur setting before it picked up traction.
Now I remember you telling me a story the last time I was here about why your dad picked this out instead of like a 911 or, you know.
Yeah, he always wanted a Porsche. So this is a funny story. He was borrowing a 911 Carrera S from a friend. So it was in the garage, and my dad was just saying like, hey, throw me a number. Like, I don't want to give it back, pretty much. And it was just because our buddy ran out of garage space. We were keeping it for him, and ultimately he liked driving it to work. He loved the feel, loved the sound. And his friend started racing in that GTS league in an Audi R8 and said, Craig, you gotta come drive this R8. I think it'll change your mind about the Porsche. And these are both diehard Porsche guys, racing too. So it's just a car that kind of changed their perspective. It's the same feel as the Porsche inside. It feels very tight, hugs you, feels like a go-kart.
Very
it's
nice.
got a lot of
similar,
very similar attributes as far as the interior. But the power is really what changes it from the Porsche. Having a V10 right behind your head is a little different.
Yeah, for sure. And I would consider myself a diehard Porsche fan. So I guess we'll see a little bit if this changes my perspective in any way. I do know a little bit about the car. It has some all-wheel drive, tendencies, but it favors rear-wheel drive. It's a 70% in the rear, 30% in the front, so you do get a more sporty feel, which is cool. Do you know if that varies at all, or if it's just strict 70-30 all the time?
I think it stays like that, but you can change suspension height and some other things. There's
really?
like a sport mode where you can play around with some different I guess modes of the car, but the drive stays the same.
Is this the one with the magnetic ride suspension? Because I do know they have that.
Yeah, I believe it is. I'd have to look that up.
We can check right now.
I was gonna say,
I think there's a button in here. Yep, it looks like it is. Okay, so this is a magnetic ride suspension.
It's smooth, it's tight. Yeah, I was gonna say, like when you throw it around in a corner, you know, the car stays perfectly still.
Now I will say the door handles, I appreciate that they're not like supercar door handles, because I feel like supercars get a little, I don't know how I would say it, they get a little pretentious with their door handles, and they just do like random designs that just don't really fit the car, in my opinion, or are just plain hard to use. So.
Sometimes hard to find too. I've gotten into a few cars like trying to think,
like Ferraris,
McLarens, yeah, all those have kind of like hidden door handles.
And then I see here you have 3 cup holders, not just 2, but you maybe like a High Noon or a White Claw.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, if you're.
Yeah, honestly, a tall boy would probably fit in there.
Yeah, so
you got
that's not common for supercars either. That's a creature comfort for sure.
There's some cool little hidden drawers in here. This one's got a little LED light.
Oh, nice.
There's just my sunglasses in this one.
Gated shifter.
That's the famous. Yep, it's all about the sound. Ready here?
Oh yeah.
The metal on metal.
Oh yeah. Could do that all day.
It's tight.
Music to my ears. Oh, it's tight. Oh, it's tight. That's nice. And then, you know, for a 2011, this is not bad at all. Not a bad place to be.
No, it kind of still shows its age with like the media screen. I don't even think it has Bluetooth connection. That's like still something that was developing in 2011.
Interesting. Yeah, so we got the convertible top right here.
That's a glass window that rolls down right behind our heads.
Glass window, okay. So that would be to control buffeting.
Here, I'll show you. Oh. You can hear more of the engine noise when it's down. I'll leave it down.
And then pretty standard stuff. This is a little odd. So how do you, is this literally just adjusting the flow
top of the vent? This is both feet and up top, and then that's just feet. I think that's defrost. That's
interesting that it's a dial like that.
I know, it's weird,
but that's pretty cool. Anything about the gauge cluster? Anything cool about that?
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it goes up to 220. I think that's always kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Red line is like 8500, which is another cool feature. With the V10, it screams. I mean, you can bounce off the red line. It loves it.
For sure. Okay, I'm gonna come around. You can stay in here.
Sure.
There's something that I saw a video on that I want to see if it's in this car, and if it is, I think it's pretty funny.
What's that?
So, if you, okay, so turn on the car. Turn on sport mode. Is considered sport mode in this car? Oh yeah, there it is. Sport mode on with an exclamation mark.
Nice.
So they're very excited about how they're telling you sport mode on, and if you turn it off. Sport mode off.
It's yelling. Stop yelling.
That was funny. I guess we'll go for a ride.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Let's do it.
All right. I'm excited. I think this is the fastest car. Actually, no. The supercharged C6 Corvette video that I did, that's probably the fastest car I've ever been in. But I don't know. Do you think this car can beat a supercharged C6 Corvette in a race?
In a drag race? Maybe not, but on a track for sure.
All right.
I think the Corvette's just built for a straight line.
Yeah. Oh, was I just zoomed in that whole time? Oh man, that's just zoomed right into my face. All right, I'm gonna need a seatbelt because we will die. We will die. Wow, it's very smooth and it sounds amazing. Who you got in a race? Who you got in a race? That guy's a small penis. He has 2 less cylinders of a penis than we do. That's crazy, dude. It's so linear. Like the power band. Wow, it sounds so good. But you know what I mean? It's like, it's not, it doesn't have that
It doesn't really like
have that feel of the turbo.
No,
where
it's like naturally aspirated, which is cool. It's like right when you put your foot down, there's a response.
Yeah.
The other thing that's really nice about it is when you get into like 6,500 or 7,500 RPMs, it like still wants to keep throwing more at you. Like most cars, that's like the point where you got to throw a shift. Like you can kind of beat out a lot of people because it has such a high RPM before you have to move into another shift. Go to a safe location.
We're going to Mexico.
Second gear.
So we...
Alright, here we go.
Oh my god! Wow! Dude,
That was a good pull.
that's crazy.
That was
I got chills.
Yeah, it's scary. Time just kind of stops for a bit.
Wow. I'm not gonna be able to show how or say how fast we were going on camera,
Yeah,
but it was
we'll bleep it out. So like you like go back and edit it. You just saying it does like the beep censored.
but it was fast. Definitely under the speed limit. We don't speed. This is a fun car, man.
It is, man. It's so aggressive.
God,
it's a sleeper too. Like you look at it and you're like, all right, it's cool.
Yeah.
She goes.
You look at it and you go, all right. Get it? Because it's an R8.
Oh yeah, I love it.
It wasn't a good joke. I think I want one of these.
I know, dude. That's like
Brutally honest opinion, this isn't anything crazy, but it's crazy because how it feels. Like it pulls and then it keeps pulling. And then it keeps pulling. Like it's crazy because you get up there and it starts screaming real high and you're like, is he gonna shift?
Yeah, right.
But no.
Got another 1,000 to go.
Yeah. So in terms of reliability, what would you say this is?
Oh, this thing's pretty reliable. I mean, I might get some hate in the comments for that. Remember, it's an Italian motor, an Italian drivetrain. There's a lot of like jokes being made about, Italian yachts always break down, Italian supercars always break down. We push this car pretty hard and it's solid. I mean, it's never really given us any issues. Take a little corner here.